First of all, congratulations on the film. Obviously, Fantasy Island, I don't want to say obviously, some people might not know that, but it was an original television series back in the day. How much research did you do into the show? And it used to be family friendly. Why did it lend itself so well to be a horror film?
I did a lot of research into the show. Have you heard the story of how the show was created?
No.
It's amazing. So Aaron Spelling, legendary TV producer, was in the office of the president of ABC Networks at the time. And TV movies were big business back in the 70s. He pitched like 10 ideas. President of ABC passed on all 10. Aaron Spelling gets frustrated and says, what's it gonna take? A movie about an island where you can go and do whoever you want? And the president of ABC said, well, that sounds interesting. And he went and hired Gene Levitt, wrote Fantasy Island, and that's where the show came from. So the show is very much rooted in kind of human desire and how it can be perverted and twisted. And I actually would say the show was not that family friendly, that it often had some darker moments, and that's what lent it to becoming a scary film.
So fascinating. I had no idea about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Were there any old episodes that you took kind of inspiration from for this version of Fantasy Island?
You know, we looked at the plot lines of all the episodes and we talked about them a lot. Ultimately, we decided to come up with our own. They all sort of inspired us because they're all very much a be careful what you wish for kind of scenario. You get something, but then it gets twisted, it gets perverted, it gets played with. And so we always follow that structure with our fantasies. We try to do it at different moments to surprise the audience so they didn't get too used to the rhythms of it. I was more inspired by the structure of the show.
Sure.
The fact that you meet the guests when they get off the plane was really important to me. It was suggested that maybe we would meet them before they leave. And I said, no, I want to do it just like the show. I want to see them for the first time as they emerge from the airplane. And also I wanted to mimic the structure of the show where you have standalone fantasies which are intercut before I had them crashing together.
Now, out of the fantasies, because you also co-wrote this film, out of the fantasies that we saw, which one would you want to have lived in?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure any of them because they all get a little twisted. I mean, there's appeal to each fantasy. You know, there's Maggie Q's fantasy, which is a sort of a time travel fantasy. There's Austin Stolz, which is an action movie fantasy. There's Jimmy O Yang and Ryan Hansen, who get to be ballers. There's Lucy Hale, who gets to get revenge on Portia Doubleday. So I understand the appeal of all of them, but I know how they go, and I'm not interested.
If you were to be trapped on Fantasy Island or the Lost Island, which one would you rather be trapped on?
Oof. I think Fantasy Island, honestly, because at least you get something nice up front. In Lost, they were just stuck on that beach, and then it got bad.
And then it got really bad.
Yeah.
Now, you re-teamed with Lucy. You obviously did Truth or Dare with her. Why? And this was a completely different role for her. Can you talk to me about why Melanie was so perfect for her?
Lucy Hale was perfect for Melanie because Lucy brings so much humanity to every role she plays. And it was really important for Melanie, who has a little bit of a dark fantasy, this revenge fantasy, to still feel relatable. And Lucy is just so relatable. You just look at her and you feel for her.
Sure.
And it really is a testament to her power as an actor to connect to an audience in that way.